right, shalom, shalom. All right, before I get started, as always, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations to the acumen that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect, okay? Risking your lives and freedoms to do so. This is the brother Zion Amar from the GMS Detroit by branch, recount. And this is going to be a lesson, all right, dealing with basically the duality of Leaven, because, you have the physical Leaven, right? But not only that, you have the spiritual Leaven, all right? And, we just had the Passover, all right, recently. And, by the way, it's not a Friday, Saturday thing, all right? All right, the Passover, okay. If you're an Israelite, it's according to the new moon, all right. Just a side note there. But dealing with leaven, right? When you're keeping the Passover, it's commanded that you remove all the leaven out of your household, which today comes in, different names, with Esau, he make it whereas, kind of hard to determine, all right, what's leaven, what's not. But hey, that's a part of also, examining, looking at labels, you know what I'm saying? We be very, diligent, right, if you will, and looking at labels, seeing what has leaven, what has yeast, you know what I'm saying, and certain items. And, combing your house, from top to bottom, looking at refrigerators and pantry if you got a pantry or whatever, wherever food may be. Hell, even, looking in your book bag for old snacks, that you may have forgotten about, checking that, just any and everywhere, right? To make sure, no items with leaven is in your household. And that's the same thing we're also supposed to do, in a spiritual sense, examining our own selves, right? Looking within our own selves closely, and seeing if there's any leaven, and if there is so, to put it away, to put it outside of your mind, because our spirit, dwells within our body, right? And your thoughts come, from your mind, right? When the scriptures speak about heart, it's referring to your mind, right? Because these are where, certain ideas and thoughts, come about, right? Before you speak of something, you have to think about it, right? So, you have to, look at yourself closely, in terms of any wickedness, any malice you may have towards your brother, jealousy, hatred, false doctrines, right? Because there's always something new coming up, with these other camps, especially, right, concerning our scriptures. All those false ideas and basically anything that doesn't mesh, with the scriptures, right? As the scriptures say, you are to, put it outside of your mind, just as you would, in putting out the leavened items out of your household, during Passover. But I want to start with this and kind of look into some words. I get a few precepts, and Lord willing, this will be edifying. So our first scripture I want to give, this is 1 Corinthians 5, and I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, Your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump? Because the most common leaven, right, that we know of is yeast, right, which is basically the Asian ingredient, that you would use, for making bread. So that when the heat is applied, you put it in the oven, And that's basically that ingredient that makes bread rise. All right. And see, and it only take a little bit. It doesn't take much. So the same concept with uh, in the spiritual sense, right? Dealing with false doctrines, like I said, hatred towards your brother, right? These things that just a little. If you believe, like for example, a false doctrine, if you believe just a little bit, like okay, I can see that, you know. With some examples, like had like the flat Earth doctrine, and as of late, Yahushua didn't do any miracles, or John wasn't part of the truth, or John the Baptist wasn't part of the truth, and I don't know. It's so many things, but just if you give into that just a little bit, okay, then that can basically grow. That can grow into wickedness, into a false idea, because then now you start taking hold to these other certain doctrines, and then now you may want to you have the urge to maybe go teach that, because you want to be the guy that has that new breakdown. You understand? You sharing it amongst the cap, and then for weaker brothers, or newer brothers, should I say, that may be something they don't need to hear. You know what I'm saying? And then hell, with them not being rooted in the faith, that can possibly make them go off, or make them have a false idea of what the scriptures say, by you sharing that leaven, sharing that false doctrine. You understand? So that's why it's so keen and important to, thoughts like that, right? Concerning, like I say, hating your brother, false doctrines, hatred, malice, just to put it away so that it doesn't grow amongst the camp. You understand? We die daily, and this is it's just that it's a daily battle. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's an ongoing process until the kingdom come. You know. So yeah, a little leaven can leaven the whole lump. So rather than uh, accepting any basically just get rid of it altogether. In fact, this next verse is kind of going to go into that point. Verse 7 says, "Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Hamashiach, our Passover, is sacrificed for us." You see? In fact, I want to look up this word, purge. Purging out the old leaven in the spiritual sense, meaning, which is basically part of, becoming a new man in Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. Being a newborn babe, doing away with things of the world, things, that you thought was right, and this and that, you know what I'm saying? When you come into this truth, right, this water or this word is supposed to cleanse you from that. All right, it's supposed to, teach you right from wrong, teach you and reprove you, right, correct you, all right, on what you were going off in, putting away those old, ideas, or that old way of thinking, and becoming a new creature in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But real quick, at the word for purge, let's see, 15, so the Greek 1571. Let's see what the devil got to say.
Strong's G 1571. Ekathyro. Ekathyro.
Okay, ekathyro, right? But it means what? To clean out, clean thoroughly, to cleanse. Like Yeah, where it's springtime, right? You have a term in the world, right? They call it spring cleaning, right? And especially amongst these Edomites, you see that basically, they make a whole thing of it. Whether it's a day or a week, but they're cleaning thoroughly. They may go through their attic and clean out the attic, clean out the basement. You know what I'm saying? Do away with just clutter. You understand? And right, and in fact, those false doctrines, all right, or any animosity that you have towards your brother can be likened unto that. It's clutter. It's things that you can do without. It's things you don't need amongst the body. You understand? So to cleanse out, to clean thoroughly, right? Which that goes in, or that's the mindset you should have behind examining yourself. You looking thoroughly. You know what I'm saying, to see if there's any again, hatred you may have towards your brother, as you should not. But if that thought comes across your mind, you're supposed to rebuke it. Because you may, I don't know what it would be, but you jealous. I don't know. You jealous on the fact that you can't get a precept out, or you're at camp and brothers bringing precepts out, and you can't find the opportunity to get out your precepts, so you're upset. At the main speaker for maybe not hearing you, or not acknowledging you, or whatever the case. You just feeling some type of way. That's that you shouldn't be in that spirit. The goal is, as long as the body is being edified, okay, the hopeful elect, okay, is being edified, then that's all that matters. We all in this fight together. You understand? Everyone, has a role to play. And things come out the way they come out. In terms of that, false doctrines. Okay, if there's anything you hear, what I'm saying, it don't go, it doesn't mesh with the scriptures, put it outside your mind. Well, let's go back. All right, this is verse 8. Therefore, let us keep the feast not with old leaven, neither with leaven of malice and wickedness, but with unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. Right, and that goes to show you that that there is a duality. Physical leaven and spiritual leaven. Right, and the spiritual leaven is referring basically to just your deeds, how you conduct yourself, how do you think. You know what I'm saying? Because when you read, basically, let me find it. I think I wrote it down. Concerning, the wicked, okay, Pharisees and Sadducees, right? They had certain, basically, they didn't believe on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, okay? All right. You had some that did, okay, that believed, but the wicked scribes and Pharisees, right? Or should I say the wicked Pharisees and Sadducees, they believe in other doctrines outside of, okay, what the scriptures say. Yahweh Shai, he told the apostles, right, who at that time were, no, they were apostles at that time. But he told basically beware of the leaven of the Pharisee, referring to their actions, referring to their deeds, how they were moving, in the spirit. They weren't moving, according to the spirit. They were basically hypocrites, because you had the Pharisees that, it's a big thing to put on the forefront, keep the law, keep the law, keep the law. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of, when it came, in terms of them like actually doing the law, they weren't they wasn't doing as they taught, you know. Here it is right here, matter of fact, I found it. This is Matthew 16, so that I can, let's see. Yeah, Matthew 16:6. All right, and it reads, Then Yahushua said unto them, Take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, It is because we have taken no bread. You know, the disciples, they were, kind of simple in saying that, they had basically just more learning to do. Right? But reading on, it says, Which when Yahushua perceived, he said unto them, O ye of little faith, why reason ye among yourselves, because ye have brought no bread? Do you not yet understand, neither remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000, and how many baskets ye took up? So you had the disciples, they thought he was talking about, physical baked bread, like Yahushua saying the straight, and oftentimes he would go over their head to the point he would have to break things down, in its simplest form, It says, verse 10, neither the 7 loaves of the 4,000, and how many baskets ye took up. How is it that you did not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread, right? That ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. Then understand, here's the point, verse 12, then understood they how that he bade them not beware of the leaven of bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and Sadducees. You see, so leaven can be likened unto doctrine, false doctrine, that is. They can say, flat earth, Yahushua didn't do any miracles, Moses didn't do any miracles in parting, the Red Sea or the Reed Sea, and a host of other things, and men pretty much teach these things because they don't believe, which on a spiritual level, it shows that faith truly is a gift, as the scriptures say. Faith is not given to every man, woman, and child, all right? It's something of the Most High. Just to hit that point, okay, this is Ephesians 2 and verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, So yeah, faith has to be given to you to believe what you read out of these scriptures, It's not given to everybody. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to hit there. Yeah, so that's just it, man, That's the duality that we deal with, the physical and the spiritual. Like I said, just to ask you what, examine, right? Looking through your household, closely for items that have leaven. I'm saying? We are to look within ourselves in the same fashion. In fact, what's that? To mention examine yourself, I think is, let's see something. So that I can bear with me. Phone tripping. Okay. Bear with me one moment. Okay, I think it's 2 Corinthians. Yeah, this is 2 Corinthians 13 and verse 5, and it reads, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua is in you, except ye be reprobates. That's right. You know what I'm saying? So, the Spirit of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, dwells in us. All right. So that's why it's important. All right, that we purge out the old leaven, that we examine ourselves, because otherwise you're not going to have the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You know, it says examine yourselves. Let's look at that word examine. Because wickedness can't dwell with righteousness. It's either one or the other. All right. Let's see. This is the word examine. Right, in the Greek.
Strong's G 3985, Pyrazzo. Pyrazzo.
Parazo. Right. Let's see. To try whether a thing can be done. To attempt, endeavor. Let's see. To try, make trial, love, test, for the purpose of ascertaining his quality or what he thinks or how he will behave himself. That's right. Let's see if it's a little more. So those things take effort. It takes effort, to look at yourself and reflect on things you may be doing wrong in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? People of the world, they don't even have that concept. They feel they can do no wrong. That's why people say only God can judge me, because they feel, well, with that mindset, you know what I'm saying? You know, saying that, then you can't correct them, so they can just do what they want to do until they see the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how you ought to be. We're examining ourselves now, right, to the best of our ability to ensure, that we be spotless, that we be blameless in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We don't want to have, any leaven in our heart, that is our mind, that would, keep us from entering the kingdom. You understand? So we have to examine ourselves, because otherwise, we'll be reprobate, and Yahweh Shai won't be able to sup with us, if we have any wickedness in us. You won't believe, you won't understand, okay, these scriptures, because it's through the Holy Spirit that we have this understanding. And it just as easy as things can be given to us, all right, this understanding that is given to us, it can just as easily be taken away. So we have to acknowledge that. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, peace and salutation to the icon that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.